So I didn't say much when I was sitting. I just took the bookmark out. What is happening? It's time to read Mistborn, or The Final Empire, or whatever it's actually called. But it's time to read Brandon Sanderson. So I'm going to read this book during this vlog. And pretty much what I know about this series is from the back of the book. So apparently a hero rose to save the world, but failed, and now a heroine is going to see if she can succeed. That's pretty much all I got. And it's the 4th of July weekend. I probably could have started this earlier today, but I went to the movies. So I spent my afternoon at the movies. It's around 9:15 on this Saturday of the July 4th weekend. But I am off work Monday and Tuesday, so I should get a lot of reading done. I'm gonna get started reading this, and then I will update you throughout this video. So it's the next day, it's about 5 till 11. And last night I read up to page 49 in Mistborn. I'm enjoying it so far. We've met a few characters. We met Kelsier and Ven. So before each chapter, there's like thoughts from someone. We don't really know who that is. I don't know if it is the former hero that failed or if it's the Dark Lord. I'm kind of leaning toward the Dark Lord, but I could be wrong. I am about to head out. I do kind of want to go to either Starbucks or Barnes & Noble. I may end up going to Barnes & Noble and just sit there and read. I thought about going to Starbucks, but the Starbucks I'm thinking of going to is rather loud. So I can go to Barnes & Noble, I can get Starbucks, and it's quieter, and I can read. So I'm currently sitting in the parking lot for Barnes & Noble, but I'm also hungry. So I think I want to get food first. So I came, and I think there is a restaurant around here, but I don't know if they're open. So I want to look up to see if they're open because, again, I am hungry. Google Maps says they're permanently closed. Alrighty, so I'll have to find food elsewhere. But before I do, let's talk about Mistborn a little bit. So I didn't say much when I was sitting. I just took the bookmark out. Why did I do that? But I do remember what page I was on, which is page 49, because I said that earlier. And yeah. So what I've learned so far with this book is that we have Ska, I believe they're pronounced Ska, which are slaves, and the lords have a bunch of Skas like working for them, obviously for free because they're slaves. And we meet Lord Trusting first off. And he is being visited by an obligator, which I think are similar to like priest. I don't know, they're in like gray robes or whatever. I think we learn that later. Oh, and while Lord Trusting is talking to the obligator that's visiting him, he's a little scared, I guess you can say, because he, well, I didn't really think he was a good person to begin with, but he, you know, has fun with girl Ska, and I guess that's not allowed. I'm not really gonna give you points, Lord Ruler, yet. I mean, I haven't met you, at least I don't think I've met you. Again, I'm wondering if the thoughts that start off each chapter are yours, but either way, I'm not giving you points because apparently you're at least supposed to be bad. But he's not supposed to be doing anything with a Ska. And oh, don't worry, he cleans up his mess. He disposes of the girls. But Kelsier, I said I learned about earlier, he is a traveling Ska. He goes from place to place and I guess works as a Ska. And there's a moment where Lord Trusting looks down at all the Ska and he sees one looking straight back at him who just smiles. And that kind of freaks him out. He looks to his guards, and when he looks back, that Ska is gone. He doesn't know exactly where he was, where he thinks he was. There's no Ska there. And we learn later that the reason why Kelsier was no longer there because he snuck into Lord Trusting's home and stole food. So then later on he goes and he gives that food to the other Ska, and one of them, I guess like the leader of them, is like freaking out about it, but he's like, fine, you don't want to eat it, then you can just eat what you have, which is awful. So of of course they eat it. I mean, they have to get rid of the evidence anyway. Also, Kelsier does take care of Lord Trusting. Also, we get to learn about the different types of magic. So Kelsier has elementic power. He's able to burn 10, and with him having this elementic magic or elementic power, I believe he's able to have like supernatural hearing. He's able to hear from far away. We also end up meeting someone else later named Ven, and she has like the power of luck, but her power can only be used for a certain amount of time. She does run out and she needs to pretty much like power back up. Oh, and I just saw this, which I don't think I really paid attention to earlier. I think I want to look at this. But before I get into any more talking about this book, I really need to go find food. So I'm back home from Barnes & Noble. I didn't buy anything, which is really good because I've spent quite a bit on books lately. But I did read more while I was at Barnes & Noble, and I have some thoughts. So I learned more about the magic system. It's called Allomancy. I've taken some notes in the book, well, underlined some passages in the book. So Allomancy. So it's a mystical power held by the nobility. It was granted to them by the Lord Ruler some 1,000 years before as a reward for their loyalty. I learned that. I also learned that there are mistings and allomancers. And mistings only have one ability. They're only able to pull from one of the 8 basic metals. Yes, metals. But an allomancer is able to pull from all of them. They said either you're able to pull from just one or all 10. But apparently there are 11. So Ven and Kelsier have met up, and Kelsier kind of took care of Cayman, the guy pretty much that Ven was working for. I mean, he didn't really take care of him personally, but he did hurt him. He got rid of him. So Ven no longer has to work for him. And he's told Ven about the differences between mistings and allomancy, and pretty much telling her what she is. A Mistborn, the name of the trilogy. I read that. I was like, ah! But I'm definitely enjoying what I'm reading, and I'm definitely going to read for the rest of the night. But another thing I wanted to discuss was how Kelsier wants to, what did he say? What were his words? What exactly were his words? Yeah, overthrow. I thought he said overthrow, but I wanted to make sure. He wants to overthrow the final empire, which I think for me, my question is, the Lord Ruler, he's been ruling for thousands of years. He gave the nobility their power. Also, another thing about the magic I didn't bring up, but it's pretty much hereditary. It's kind of passed down generations. So if you have it and you aren't of noble class, that means that you're pretty much half noble, half ska. So kind of like how Lord Trusting earlier in the prologue, he wanted to get rid of any of the young women, the girls, let me call them girls, that he messed with, because you aren't allowed to be here pretty much if you are half. You either need to be of nobility or ska. And also, not all of the nobility are able to use all of the powers, all of the metals. So the fact that Kelsier and Ven exist, they are quite dangerous. And the fact that the Lord Ruler put Kelsier in the pits and Kelsier escaped, he is after all the survivor of Halfson, and I'm sure there's been word about his survival that's reached the Lord Ruler. So I'm curious why the Lord Ruler is allowing for him to just be around. Also, how powerful is this Lord Ruler? Because what I'm reading is them saying that they're just going to be able to overthrow his government, overthrow the final empire, go into the palace and just take the Lord Ruler prisoner. Seriously though, how powerful is the Lord Ruler? Interesting. So also that 11th metal, Kelsier brought a piece of it with him. And I'm pretty sure that's why he's been traveling. Because in the prologue, you mentioned how he was a traveling ska. He would go from place to place. And I think he was looking for something. Because he mentioned like going to the north. And it's, I guess, safer for ska there. I believe it was the north. But I think he's been traveling, trying to find something to kill the Lord Ruler, and I guess he found something that could. It's a legend, so there's that. So I just stopped filming and was about to read more, but I got to chapter 5, and Kelsier says, "The trick is to never stop looking. There's always another secret." What do you mean, Kelsier? What secret are you hiding? What's going on? What's happening? I've read more. Of course I've read more. Why else would I be vlogging if I haven't read more? Seriously. So I forgot to mention earlier that Kelsier had a wife, and she was she also thrown in the pits? Did I read that? Because he was thrown in the pits to die pretty much, but he escaped. And while he was down there, that is when he found his Allomancer power. He didn't have it before. At least it didn't come out of him before. So, but that's where he found it. And what's funny is there were legends earlier on in this book. There were people talking about the survivor of Halfson. There were people talking about him. There were legends about him. So one was he got them at the pits. Oh, they're talking about the scars that he had. He got them at the pits from the rocks on the sheer wall he had to climb to escape. And then someone else said that's not how he got them. He killed an inquisitor while escaping. That's where he got the scars. Then someone else said, I heard he got them fighting one of the monsters that guard the pits. He reached into its mouth and strangled it from the inside. The teeth scraped his arms. Then another one said, the man isn't natural. Something happened to him in the pits, something bad. He wasn't an Allomancer before then, you know. He entered the pits a regular ska. And now, well, he's a missing for sure. If he's even human anymore. Been out in the mist a lot, that one has. Some say the real Kelsier is dead, that the thing wearing his face is something else. Also, someone betrayed him, and that's how he ended up in the pits. Who betrayed him? Will we meet that person? Have we already met that person? Oh, and I was looking for this earlier. I was looking for the list of all of the metals because I knew I read it. I just couldn't find it, but I found it now. So the 8 basic allomantic metals, those are iron, steel, tin, pewter, copper, bronze, zinc, and brass. So his wife had been a 10 eye. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it right, but I'm not sure what that is. One that works with 10, maybe? So Kelsier needed to get more ATM. So he decided to go over to a lord's house and borrow some. Obviously, he's not borrowing it. He's not going to return anything. And of course, it doesn't go smoothly because why would it go smoothly? But we end up meeting some haze killers. They wear loose gray robes and carry dueling canes and a shield instead of a sword. They weren't Allomancers, but they were trained to fight Mistings and Mistborn. So he had a little tussle with about 8 of them. And at one point, you think he's done. You think everything's great because the last one just runs away. But then noblemen Allomancers come in. He does end up retrieving the ATM from like a safe, and he does get away. But at least, like he said, this night wasn't a waste for him. He does end up getting ATM before being able to escape. I really want to hug Ven. Like, I just really want to hug her. Like, she wakes up in an empty room and she can't believe that she's lying on an actual mattress. Girl. And also she's in the room alone. I just want to hug her. I just want to hug her. I just want to come on here and say how smart I am. So I was looking to see how many pages were in this book, and I found this page, you know? Yeah, this page that has all the medals and everything. You know, like the stuff I was looking for earlier. It's all back here. Yep, all I had to do was look and I would have found it. Yep. Oh, I learned what a 10-eye is, what Kelsier's wife is. A missing who can burn 10. Good morning. It is a new day and time to get a lot of reading done. I did read more last night before I just fell asleep. And Kelsier and his crew within were having their, I guess, like first strategy session. One thing I liked is that they pretty much have a year to get all of this put together, which is great. Instead of like, oh, you have 2 weeks. That would be ridiculous and not believable. I know it's a fantasy novel, but I gotta be able to believe that it's possible, you know? Also, there was a part where Vin was thinking about the Lord Ruler. He ruled all of the world. He was the creator, protector, and punisher of mankind. He had saved them from the deepness, then it brought the ash and the mist as a punishment for the people's lack of faith. Okay, so the passages at the beginning of the chapter, for chapter 5, it said, I don't even understand what I'm supposed to do. The terrorist philosophers claim that I'll know my duty when the time comes, but that's a small comfort. The deepness must be destroyed, and apparently I'm the only one who can do so. It ravages the world even now. If I don't stop it soon, there will be nothing left of this land but bones and dust. So that is the Lord Ruler, right?
Yes, but actually no.
Like, I'm pretty sure it is. I have my coffee, and I have the book, so gotta get some more reading done. Why am I laughing that Kelsier killed someone? We saw action happen earlier, him, fighting off these guards and stuff like that. I forget what they're called right now. And I think he kills some of them. But he didn't really he didn't kill someone in this moment. We were learning that he had killed someone prior. And for some reason, I got a chuckle out of that. Interesting. Okay, Kelsier, I see what you did. So Kelsier, when he went to go retrieve the ATM from one of the great houses, he wanted to be seen. He wanted to make a commotion. And he did that because part of the whole scheme, I'm calling it a scheme. Whatever. Part of the whole scheme is to have the great houses go against each other. So him making that commotion, making it seem that there were Mistborn there to kill the Lord that was there. Because apparently they have an unspoken agreement that they won't use Mistborn to assassinate each other. So the fact that he was there and he wanted to be seen and he used his Mistborn abilities, now that house thinks that another house is out to get them. And now we're going to have an issue between the houses. So that will be interesting. So we're getting balls and parties in this book. Okay. I like that. Also, they're trying to figure out who was going to act as Lord Renault's heir, and no one else could pretty much do it, so Vin is gonna do it. I'm okay with that. This should be fun. So they're discussing what to do with the Lord Ruler once the rebellion happens. I probably could call it a rebellion instead of a scheme. Anyway, so one of them says he won't be able to do much without funds or armies. He's a powerful Allomancer. Is that true? He was able to grant these people with these abilities, but he's just a powerful Allomancer? I just feel like they're thinking of him too lightly. Maybe, I don't know. Was it his wife who betrayed him? Because earlier we were saying that he was betrayed by someone. That's how he ended up in the pit. And we end up meeting Kelsier's brother, Marsh. He apparently used to be the leader of the rebellion until I guess he gave it up. He's not really happy with Kelsier. He's not happy with him at all. He thinks Kelsier is just doing this for money and everything like that. And he really doesn't appreciate Kelsier doing this right now. How dare you do this? Marsh asked quietly. I dedicate my life to overthrowing the final empire. While you and your thieving friends partied, I hid runaways. While you planned petty burglaries, I organized raids. While you lived in luxury, I watched brave people die of starvation. And then the reason why I'm asking about Kelsier's wife, if she's the one who did this, Marsh says, despite what she did, sometimes I wish that you hadn't been the one to survive the pits. So, did the wife betray him? Should I just keep reading? By the way, I don't just have this copy of the Mistborn book. I have this one and this one and this one. But I only have 2 sets of the trilogy. I have the hardcovers as well as the UK box set. I don't know why I bought all these. I really don't. I don't know why I bought these even before I read the first book. I have no idea. I guess I felt like it was going to be a series that I liked. If I did have to rank them, I'd go, this is probably my favorite cover. It also seems to be the only one where the book is titled The Final Empire. Then I would go this one. I think this hardcover is very pretty. Then the other 2, I guess I'll go this one and then this one. I don't know. These other 2 they're okay. I just decided to read from this one because I was in the mood for a floppy book pretty much. I was just in the mood to read a floppy book. But I also think I'm in the mood for ice cream.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Pretty good. It was a brownie sundae, right?
Yes.
Awesome. Where would you like your receipt?
No thanks.
And here is the receipt. Can I get you any napkins?
Yes, please.
Okay. There you go. Have a great day.
Thank you, you too. Ice cream was good. Went to Graders. Love Graders. Brownie sundae, no nuts. That's my favorite. I'm currently at the park because, well, I'm currently in my car across from the park. I don't really feel like getting out. I went to that Graders because I don't really feel like getting out of my car, which there is a closer Graders to me. But if I had gone to the one that is closer, I would have to have gotten out of my car. So, but I think I'm gonna sit here and read for a bit and then go home because it's gonna get crazy. They're gonna do fireworks today and I want to make sure that I do not get stuck in traffic at any point. Okay, so Kelsier is still training Ven. I don't remember if I talked about this earlier, but I do like the training. I do like how it's kind of helping us as readers understand what the magic is and everything like that. But they're going somewhere, and Ven talks to Kelsier about his brother. And she asks him, did he ever beat you? And Kelsier's like, no. And she was like, oh, so you stopped him then? And Kelsier's like, he never tried to beat me. So Ven must have the thought that if your sibling doesn't really like you, your older sibling, then they're going to beat you. Seriously, I really want to hug this girl. Can someone just hug her? Although she might feel weird if someone tries to hug her. But I don't know. I just want her to have everything. I just want her to be safe. I just want her to be safe. I'm on page 197. I feel like I've read a lot, but also not a lot. I think this book has like 600 and something pages. 659. I do like how I'm able to look at the number of pages and not actually spoil myself. Proud of myself for that. Anyway, I met Says. I love Says. I really do. I love Says. I also learned there are 562 beliefs or religions. But of course, the Lord Ruler is like, no, you can only believe in me. Those don't matter. Those are over there. Those don't matter. Those don't exist. So don't think about those. I am ready to see Ven out and about with other people. There was a moment where she was out at night practicing her allomancy, and then she had like someone else around her doing it as well. Like she pretty much had like an opponent or whatever. And for a second I got excited, like, is this someone new? But no, it was Kelsier, which is fine. I do like Kelsier, so I don't mind seeing him. But I am ready for her to see other people.
What?
For her to be around other people, as long as she's dating Kelsier. So see other people, that's not what I meant. I just mean I'm ready to meet other people with her ruse, and I'm ready to meet them. That's what I meant. I think we're getting a ball soon. Okay, I have a quick question. Why can't Breeze get his own wine? Why is he always needing someone else to get him wine? So Ham, one of the crew members, brought up an interesting question. He was wondering, are we doing something that's good? And he asked this question because the Lord Ruler is a piece of God. And since God is absolute morality, are they sure they should be overthrowing their Lord Ruler? He says, we claim to be doing good. The Lord Ruler, as God, defines what is good. So by opposing him, we're actually evil. But since he's doing the wrong thing, does evil actually count as good in this case? It's a good question, but maybe the Lord Ruler isn't God. Maybe that was a legend that was just created so that people would fall in line. It's possible. For I am the thing that he can never kill. What does that mean? What does that mean? Is he just saying that? Does that mean something? Is he just saying that? What does that mean? Okay, Galsier, what do you mean you started the rumors about the 11th medal? What is going on? What is it that you're hiding from me? I'm a reader. I want to know all the information. So I want to know what's going on. I'm just going to keep reading. If I think any harder, I'm going to forget everything that I've read because I've thought too hard. Gonna keep reading. Hi, guess what? I have not read today. It's July 4th. I got to page 216 last night. I'm trying to remember what exactly it was that I read. I may have talked to you guys even before I stopped reading because I remember they were talking to people, to Ska, trying to get them to join the rebellion. So they had one of those meetings. I remember because Breeze, I believe it's Breeze, he doesn't know how to get his own drink, which is hilarious and annoying. So I really need him to learn how to get his own drink. I really need that. But yeah, pretty much I woke up this morning, I was like, I'm gonna do some reading. And then I did laundry and I did some other things at home. And I don't know, I just didn't get a chance to read. And then I just filmed a video, so yeah, I might read some tonight or I might start over and read tomorrow. We'll see. But I am enjoying it, so do not worry. Also, this part of the video might sound better because I did just film a video and I have the microphone out. So please don't let it weird you out. I don't know why it would weird you out. I don't know. I need to go read. I did watch Independence Day today though. You know, Independence Day on Independence Day. Yeah. I don't think I planned this very well. I'm at lunch. I went into the office today, but I do have my book with me. I was listening to the audiobook on my way, on my commute. It's loud. I'm just gonna have to go with the window rolled up. But I wanted to talk about what I read last night as well as what I heard as I was coming into the office today. Because I did end up reading last night, just for a little bit though. First of all, one of the things I learned is one of the characters that I love, I called him Saze. I guess it's Sazed? I don't know. It's something like that. But that makes sense because Kelsier calls him Saze, which I thought was a weird nickname for someone named Saze. But being that his name is Sazed or Sazed, makes more sense now. I also didn't bring my microphone today for my camera, so hopefully you can hear me. I had to turn the AC back on because it's hot. Yes, I have on a sweater, but that's pretty much because in the office it's freezing. So, but one thing that happened in this book, the place that Ven used to stay at, they found out about it, and let's just say no one really survived. So those people are not there anymore. Also, Cayman, her old boss, I guess, they found him too. So there's that. Ven did get to go to the ball. That was fun. She ended up meeting someone there. Who was it that she met? She met Lord Aelin Venture, and people are not happy that she talked to him. And by people, I mean Kelsier and Sazed and Lord Renault. They just don't want too much attention being drawn to Ven while she's supposed to be, you know, why are words never wanting to come to me? Working on the rebellion, pretty much. So this morning, where I left off was while they were in Lord Ruler's palace, which, I'm sorry, what? Also, before I get there, Ven is grounded for me. I mean, she is always sneaking out following Kelsier. And I'm just like, just stay out of trouble for like 5 minutes. Just do what you're asked to do. Just for 5 minutes. That's it. Just for 5 minutes. But they went into the Lord Ruler's palace and got caught by some inquisitors. So that's pretty much where I left off. So I think I have some time left for my lunch that I'm gonna read a little bit. Okay, I'm home from work. I've been home for a while. I had to eat and everything, but there is something else I wanted to talk about that I learned in this book. Ven saw her father at that first ball at Lord Venture's, so that was interesting. Her father's an obligator. I feel like I knew that. Did I know that? Not sure, but her father's an obligator. Also, I've gotten to part 3, but I wanted to read this part. I've avoided talking about the Lord Ruler to the others, Kelsier said, but I'm worried. The plan is good, but I have this terrible haunting feeling that we'll never succeed as long as he's alive. We can take his money, we can take his armies, we can trick him out of the city. I still worry that we won't be able to stop him. Duh. He's the Lord Ruler. He's a Dark Lord. Duh. But yeah, I'm about to start reading part 3. Once something pops off, something ridiculous or whatever pops off. By the way, I am really enjoying this book. I'm loving the magic system. I am quite enjoying the characters. The characters are great. The magic system's great. I'm enjoying the plot. It's a good time. It is a very good time. I was sitting there thinking about this book while I was working today, and I thought about pulling out the audiobook while I was working. I was like, no, I am reading this book for a vlog. We're not going to pull out the audiobook. I might tomorrow, but we'll see. We'll see, because I do have to go back into the office tomorrow, so we'll see. Oh, before I continue reading, there's another thing that I wanted to bring up. So when Ven was running away from the Inquisitors, and it looks like she was about to get caught. Well, she kind of got caught and everything like that. It looked like she was about to be taken. It looked like an Inquisitor was about to take her, but then Sazed showed up. So what? So Sazed, he's a keeper, right? He was a terraceman. He pretty much has all the knowledge of the religions and maybe everything. What did he do? Maybe I missed what he's capable of. I don't know. But what did he do? So yeah, earlier Sazed had to leave. He had to go rest, I guess. And now Ven is awake and she's like, wait a minute. Sazed saved me. What is he? And then Dachshund's like, that's probably a question I should let him answer. No, Dachshund, you can answer. It's fine. It's totally fine if you want to just answer that question. We don't need to wait. We don't need to wait. We really don't. Just answer the question. Okay, so Ven is back at Lord Renault's and she's about to go speak with Sazed. He's wearing spectacles, and Ven says that she's seen him read without them. Interesting. So she's saying that she thinks that he's an allomancer, and he's like, what do you mean? What makes you think I am one? And I'm just like, I feel like you aren't, but you're something. You're definitely something. There's always another secret. And perhaps another time. Really? The Lord Ruler hunts us with a remarkable, confusing passion. We are far less threatening than Mistborn, yet he ignores Allomancers and seeks to destroy us, hating the Terrace people because of us. He doesn't like when other people know things. No Terraceman steward is allowed to have a family or even to bear children. All Terraceman stewards are eunuchs, child. I assumed you knew that. Well, I didn't know that. Now I do. So the questions come back up again about who betrayed Kelsier, and I guess they thought it might have been Mare, his wife, but no one's for certain. So I've decided that my money is on him betraying himself, or somehow the Lord Ruler betrayed him. I don't know why I think that. It's a whole secrets thing. I'm sticking with that. Those are my two things. He betrayed himself, or the Lord Ruler betrayed him. I'm sticking with those. I'm sticking with that, at least for now. Good morning. It's July 5th. Wait, no, it's July 7th. We skipped a day, but I am still reading. She went to another ball, and it had been a while because of what happened and how she got injured and stuff like that. But she went to another ball, and Elon, what's his name again? Venture. Lord Elon Venture. That's his name. I'm so smart. So he showed up, and then he plopped down a stack of books next to her and then started reading, which is, oh, you're so funny. But I do like that she was able to kind of maneuver around him and not make the other guys intimidated. And how when she was dancing with the one guy, she was like, oh, he's like a big brother to me. He's just, helping me while I'm in town and stuff like that and everything. I don't think he appreciated that when she told him later. But you know what? That's what he gets. Whatever. He can deal. But he did have this book. So actually before that, she met Shan. Shan, what's her name? Shan Ilarial. Lady Shan Ilarial. She's apparently Elon's fiance. And she's also a soother because she tried to soothe Ven while she was talking to her. I'm sorry, while she was talking down to her. But while Ven was over there talking to her, Shan's terraceman had went over to where Ven was sitting to her table and kind of looking through the books that Elon had, which is interesting. Then Ven abruptly just excused herself from Shan. She might have been rude, but you know what? Shan had been rude the entire time, so who cares? So Ven goes back to the table and she kind of looks through the books to see what books Elon had, see what book would Shan have wanted to grab. Then she ends up finding a book. She finds a book with a spine that read Weather Patterns of the Northern Dominants. And she starts reading one of the passages, and it starts with, FYI, if my voice is a little croaky, it's because it is 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm about to start working here soon, but I wanted to talk about this book since I didn't get a chance to talk about it yesterday. Why didn't I get a chance to talk about it yesterday? I don't know. I don't really have a reason. I didn't really do anything outside of go to work, come home, read. I didn't read a lot though, but anyway, we're circling around the point here. Let me read this passage because I have to start work here soon. When regarding the final empire in its entirety, one certain fact is unmistakable. For a nation ruled by a self-proclaimed divinity, the empire has experienced a frightening number of colossal leadership errors. Then it goes on to just talk about different things with the final empire, how these errors have been covered up, and then it goes on to talk about how the Lord Ruler does not age. It says the Lord Ruler does not age, that much at least is undeniable. This text, however, purports to prove that he is by no means infallible. Also, one would think that now with a single immortal governor, society will finally have an opportunity to find stability and enlightenment. It is a remarkable lack of either attribute in the final empire that is the Lord Ruler's most grievous oversight. So yeah, I really just want to sit here and read all day, but I do have to work. But I don't plan on going anywhere after work, so I will definitely be reading a lot more tonight. And my plan was to finish this today, the 7th, on Friday, but I don't know if I'm going to do that, but I do plan on reading a chunk of this tonight. So we'll see. Maybe I'll do some sprints or something because I really want to finish this book today. We'll see. We'll see what happens. So I need Ven to continue thinking what she's thinking right now. She's at Lord Renault's and there's a bunch of Scott, like, what are they doing? Loading carts, and she's overhearing them talking about Kelsier, how he's the survivor of Halfson. And she's thinking, the rebellion's momentum isn't going up, but Kelsier's momentum is. And then she starts to wonder if Kelsier is going to be able to walk away from this. I wonder if he'll be able to let it go when this is all through. The other crew members obviously have no interest in leadership, but Kelsier seemed to thrive on it. Would he really let the Scott rebellion take over? Would any man be able to relinquish that kind of power? Yeah, I'm gonna need you to keep that mentality because just when your brother said trust no one, I'm not saying you can't trust Kelsier. Just keep him at arm's length. That's all I'm saying. I haven't read any further. I have no idea. I could be off base here, but he's hiding something. Actually, I don't even think it's just something. I feel like he's hiding a lot. I also feel like by the time I get to the end of this book, I'm gonna feel like an idiot. But as long as I enjoyed my time reading it, none of that matters. Did I know this? The Obligators, they took Kelsier Marsh's mother, and that's when Marsh, Kelsey's brother, snapped. So Marsh realizes that Ven was soothing him because Marsh is just a misting. So Ven decided, hey, let me see what I can do. Try to get more information out of him. So Ven's mom killed her baby sister. She also proclaimed Ven as a queen. So there's that. While her sister's corpse was at her feet. Although, are we sure it was her brother who did it? Ven doesn't remember this. Her brother did. So are we sure? Maybe it's possible, but more than a man should feel for a sister-in-law. Plots behind plots, plans beyond plans. There was always another secret. Kelsier, come on. I'm on part 4 and quite a bit has happened. So Kelsier, okay, I don't think I talked about this yesterday, but Kelsier had gone to the caves to meet with the soldiers and stuff like that. And he was kind of out there pretty much trying to get everyone to believe. To believe in what? Believe in the rebellion? To believe in him? And what he did was he kind of made it seem like they would be invincible. And that no matter what, because they had Kelsier leading them, they couldn't be stopped. And Yeden, he was the leader of the rebellion. And he was believing all the hype into Kelsier as well. And Kelsier was just tricking them while he was out there. He just wanted them to believe. Well, okay, so Yeden, he decided, hey, so I'm going to, we're going to test out these soldiers. We're going to put them out there in a real battle. Well, yeah, that didn't end up well. Things didn't go too well, so I'm pretty sure we lost Yeden. And yep, we lost Yeden. And we lost pretty much a lot of soldiers. I believe they said that they had up to 7,000 before this mess. Now they're down to 2,000 or somewhere there, and it's a mess. But in this, we got to see, what's his name? Menace, who was in the prologue. And I was like, I knew it was him. The moment that guy sat down next to Kelsier, I was like, that's the dude from the prologue. That's the old man from the prologue. And it was. And I liked him. I liked him in the prologue. I liked him. Anyway, but I've read a few of part 4, just a couple pages, but they're about to go to, I guess, like there's a gathering in the square. So I'm curious, are we going to get to see the Lord Ruler? What's going to happen? Curious about that. Curious. And I'm ready to read. There's other stuff that's happened. Vin's gone to more balls. She confronted Elend and was like, hey, have you been sleeping with Sky women? He says no, he's only done it once, blah, blah, blah. And he meets with other people. Like, I don't even know what he's trying to do. I really don't. Like, I don't even know if he knows what he's trying to do. Elend, that is, when he's meeting with the heirs from the other families. And I don't even think he knows what he's doing. But yeah, I think it's like he wants to do something. But he has no idea how to do it. But he wants to do something. He just doesn't know how to do it. That's how I feel about Elend. So yeah, but I'm going to continue reading. Oh, so they're doing executions. Ooh, okay. All right. Okay, so Kelsier is going on his little speech while they keep killing 4 people at a time. And he says, I realize that some of you question my leadership. You think I've been building myself up too much with the sky. You whisper that I'm making myself into another Lord Ruler. You think that my ego is more important to me than overthrowing the Empire. Which is something that Ham and Doxson, which is something that they've been kind of like, Ven even and stuff like that. And I'm like, yeah, maybe not in the same way, but your speech is nice. But I need a little more action to make sure that you aren't. So I'm gonna keep reading. Just because you say you aren't doesn't mean I'm going to believe you. So I'm gonna have to keep reading to make sure his actions speak louder than words. Elend's family mines the ATM. Of course, Elend's family will be the one who mines the ATM. So Elend says the ATM supply has been having some troubles lately. He's like, ever since, and he kind of breaks off. And he says something happened a few years ago. I'm guessing that's when Kelsier was sent to the pits. I'm guessing that's what happened. That's a few years ago, I'm guessing. But they can't meet the Lord Ruler's quotas. And the last time that happened, but he breaks off again. Finish your sentences, sir. Okay, so Elend is now suspicious of our girl, although he thinks because one of his friends told him that he thinks that she was sent from a different house, to kind of spy on him kind of thing. So, and now he's questioning it, and now he's going to have spies follow her. So great, it's hilarious. I mean, should you trust her? No, but it's whatever. I need to keep reading. So Ven is upset now. She's mad that the logbook, the Lord Ruler's journals, is not complete. So Sazed, he was translating everything, and she thought there was at least one more chapter or whatever, but Sazed's like, no, that's it. I understand. I understand, because I would be pissed. Like, say you're sitting there reading a book and then all of a sudden the last chapter is not there. That would suck. Maybe ask the Lord Ruler.
What?
Maybe just go knock on his door and say, hey, just curious, what happened? I'm kidding, Ven. Don't do that. Please. Please don't do that. Did Ven just lie to Kelsier? He asked about Venture, like any news. We learned that his house is responsible for the ATM for the Lord Ruler. And she didn't tell him yet, right? So yeah, she just lied. He asked her, hey, have we learned anything? She's like, no, nothing. No. Ven. So it looks like Ven and Ellen broke up. I mean, they were early. I'll just say broke up. Anyway, she did admit earlier that she loved him, apparently. So, I mean, she's young. It happens. So she cared for him. She could have loved him, yeah. And because of what he thinks she is, yeah. He kind of just said, we can't anymore, goodbye. Also, apparently Shan, his ex-fiance, decided that she was going to kill him because of the house wars. Also, we learned that she's a Mistborn. Also, Ven and her battled, and Ven won. So, which Kelsier learned later. Kelsier surprised, like, kill the Mistborn. Also, Ven goes off on Kelsier, and I clap for her because yes to everything you said. Yes, I know she felt bad about it later, but yes to what you said. Yes. But also it's possible that we learned that no one actually betrayed Kelsier before to the Lord Ruler. Not Mare, not Dachshund. Sorry, Dachshund. Well, I guess I still have a little over 100 pages left, so maybe not sorry yet. I think I can trust you, but I need to make sure. Okay? I need to make sure. But yeah, a lot has happened. The last ball, also that ball that Ven went to at the Ventures, that is going to be the last ball. I'm guessing that Ellen is still alive. However, there was talk about his books and how they would be found, but I'm not sure if that's still something that happened or is going to happen since the plan to kill him didn't go through. Also, Ven is special. Well, she's always been special to me, so that's fine. But she is able to do things that Kelsier isn't, that other Mistborn haven't been able to do. She's able to sense allomancy even if that person is burning copper. And that's what she thinks the Inquisitors did when Kelsier and Mare tried to infiltrate into the Lord Ruler's palace. And then she shows Kelsier she's able to do it. But also while she's doing it, for a moment she thought she felt something very strange. A slow pulsing like a distant drum, unlike any allomantic rhythm she'd felt before. I'm pretty sure that's the Lord Ruler. Also, is her brother dead? Or did he just leave her? She keeps saying he left, he's gone. If she said he left, then I guess he's just left. So, but I don't know. I know I should just read and I'll get my answers. But does Ven's brother work for the Lord Ruler? I don't know if he's alive or dead. I really don't. I know he's gone. I just don't know what gone means in his case. Also, would the Lord Ruler could by chance the Lord Ruler be Ven's father? I know we saw who Reen pointed out was her father, and maybe he is. Maybe I'm just speaking to speak. I don't know. Also, Elon is funny. He's like, oh, Ven's a Scott. I could ask her so many questions. Who cares she lied to me? Who cares? But yeah. So I got to page 551 before falling asleep last night, which means I have a little over 100 pages left. So I should definitely be able to finish this book today, sometime today. So I'm going to sit here and read until I finish it. So Kelsier is the Lord of Mist now. Okay. You'd be surprised, Kelsier said as the crowd began to make way for parents bringing their children forward. It seemed like everyone in the room wanted their son to meet Kelsier personally. Ven watched with mixed feelings. The crew still had reservations regarding Kelsier's rising fame with the Ska, though they kept their word and remained silent. You know what? I still have reservations too. Do not worry, Ven. You are not alone. It's more like the love of a parent for a child than it is like the love of a man for his equals. So they got to the meeting place they were going to meet Marshat, Ven, and Kelsier, but it looks like something's about to happen. Uh-oh. Red liquid seeping around the side of Kelsier's foot. So yeah, something's happening. R.I.P. Marsh. Oh, I feel bad for Kelsier. That's his brother. Oh, okay. I don't really know Marsh. And I mean, we met him a bit. We got to talk to him a bit, but he wasn't in the book long. But I know Kelsier. I've got to know Kelsier a lot. And I definitely feel the sadness here. It's his brother. But it does make sense because they were really like, because he was pretending to be an obligator, right? Like the other obligators were really liking Marsh way too much. So, or the ministry, whatever he was doing, they were really liking him way too much. So it does make sense that his end did come. So, but it's still sad for Kelsier. And he left a note because Vin grabbed it before they left. And that note said, "I think that the Inquisitors suspect me." So Kelsier just went back to the pits. I guess there was a prisoner escaping. And the prisoner found a half-sin geode, which I believe ATM is in. So the way that he got those crystals, he got the geode, is that how Kelsier got his scars on his arm? I'm guessing because, yeah, sure. I should keep reading. Oh, just keep reading. Yeah. Memories of months spent squeezing through cracks of ripping his arms on crystalline knives, of seeking each day to find a geode, just one, so that he could live on. Duh. Just keep reading. You will get your answers. So there's a reason why slaves were used to collect the atium instead of allomancers, because apparently using allomancy near atium crystals caused them to shatter. And that's why Kelsier is back. He plans to shatter all the crystals. They were the only means of producing atium in the entire Final Empire. Alrighty. Oh, I switched cardigans, by the way. This one's softer. There are more gathered in the square. But of course, I mean, last time there was the rebellion, the war. Of course, there are more gathered in the square because something happened and Lord Ruler isn't happy. So we'll see what he does. Is this going to be the execution of the Ventures? Is that what's about to happen? Wait a moment, Bree said, squinting. I'm no Tenai, but don't some of those prisoners look a bit too well dressed? Spook! Well, I wasn't expecting him. Oh, and Lord Renault. Oh, great. Okay, so I wonder if the Lord Ruler is doing this to get Kelsier's attention, just to get him to kind of smoke him out a bit. Which I feel like he could probably do that on his own, and he could probably do it easily. Is the Lord Ruler lazy? I'm starting to think the Lord Ruler is lazy. It appears it was a trap to get Kelsier out. So the Khandra that was pretending to be Renault got an axe to the back. I don't know if he's dead or I guess it's Khandra. I still need to really understand Khandras. So also Ellen is out here trying to find Valette, aka Ven. He really needs, I understand he cares for her. I get it, but there's a battle happening, sir, and you're just in the way. I understand you're looking for her. I get it, but I need you to move out of the way. Kelsier also ends up saving his life because Ven loves him. Good on Kelsier. I mean, he was out there trying to find her, Ellen. He was out there trying to find her and save her as well, so be interesting. I moved to get more comfortable, but I'm still reading, and Kelsier is still fighting the Inquisitor. So, Kelsier just beheaded an Inquisitor. So now the Ska are chanting Kelsier's name. I'm guessing they're chanting the survivor of Havson. And he seems happy. He says, maybe this doesn't have to go the way I assumed, Kelsier thought triumphantly. Maybe I don't have, and then it's cut off. And I'm kind of scared to turn the page. Here. The Lord Ruler's here. He's arrived. I finally get to see the Lord Ruler. I'm way too excited.
There's people that are dying.
He was dressed in a black and white uniform somewhat like a nobleman's suit, but far more exaggerated. The coat reached all the way to his feet and trailed behind him as he walked. His vest wasn't colored, but a pure black, though it was accented with brilliant white markings. As Vin had heard, his fingers glittered with rings, a symbol of his power. So he apparently looks young, younger than Vin would have expected, even younger than Kelsier. I'm sorry. Okay, hold on. I'm sorry, what? The lead rebel bellowed in defiance, then rammed his spear through the Lord Ruler's chest. The Lord Ruler just continued to walk, passing the soldier, spear sticking all the way through his body. Again, what I've been saying. How are you gonna kill this man or thing, whatever he is? Because he's just walking. Okay. Now he's got a spear through his back, and he's just walking like, meh. Oh no. Oh, at least the little ruler's gone. Okay. I laughed to stop from crying. Are you freaking kidding me? But I mean, it makes sense because like it's the Lord Ruler. I think I need a moment. Kelsier, I need a moment. The book's not over, so I need a moment. I'm back. I took a little break. I got some lunch, I ate, and now I'm going to get back into this. And I mean, we're starting part 5, Believers in a Forgotten World. So let's see how much this part crushes me. So it seems Ven has lost all hope and faith in everyone. Great. Poor Ven. She's mad at Kelsier. She's like, he lied. He betrayed me. Her brother's words had come back to her throughout this novel. Everyone will betray you. And she feels like Kelsier has betrayed her. She thinks he didn't really have a way of killing the Lord Ruler. He lied. He betrayed her. And now Seiza is going to go back to his homeland and he can't take her. So now she's like, well, there's another one. Everyone's leaving me. Everyone always leaves. What is this, One Tree Hill? But then again, someone hug her. We missed it, Doc said. The ATM, the army, nobility. That wasn't the job Kelsier was planning. This was his job. Our crew was never supposed to topple the final empire. We were too small, an entire city's population, however. You're saying he did this on purpose, Breezak? He always asked me the same question, Seiza said from behind. He always asked what gave religion so much power. Each time I answered him the same. Seiza looked at them, cocking his head. I told him that it was because their believers had something they felt passionate about. Something or someone. But why not tell us, Breezak? Because he knew, Doc said quietly. He knew something we would never agree to. He knew that he would have to die. Oh. Brandon Sanderson is very good at writing characters. I'm reading Kelsier's letters after. So Ven tells Seiza that she's worried about the Lord Ruler, and this is his response. Surely the rebellion can deal with him. He is not so strong without all of his servants, I think. Did we not see the same thing? Did we not see him get pierced a few times and him just continue walking like it was nothing? Like, did we not see the same thing? So Ven went to the palace. I'm listening to music now. So Ven went into the palace because reasons. No, she wanted to get into the room that her and Kelsier tried to get in earlier before they were attacked by all those inquisitors. So she got in, she's in that room, and she is seeing the Lord Ruler, who is sitting in there, minding his own business, and then this young girl just walks in. Okay. And it's the Lord Ruler, except he's older. Before, he was younger, so... might her keep her for a time. Inquisitor just asked the Lord Ruler if he could keep Ven for a time because she's of special interest. Okay, before she left Seiza, before she left, she had taken some of the 11th metal, and now she decided to burn it. And when she does, she sees another man next to the Lord Ruler, who's younger, who looks like the guy from the square from earlier, the one who had killed Kelsier. But he was older. Okay, what is happening? So the 11th metal. So remember when she took gold earlier, she was able to see different, she's able to like see different versions of maybe herself. I don't know. She was able to see different versions. Is it back here? Whatever. Okay. So Elend is about to go turn himself in to the Lord Ruler. His father was packing up everything, and Elend's like, where are you going? He's like, we're leaving. Then Elend's like, no, I'm staying. And his father tried to fight him, say, no, we gotta go. And then he's like, you know what? You're right. You stay. It's okay. You stay. You're right. You're right. You stay. You get killed by the Lord Ruler. I'll get out. He's such a great dad. He really is. Okay, so Ven's daddy just died. Well, the pre-lawn. Also, Ven realized who the Lord Ruler was when I've been trying to tell them this entire time. The Lord Ruler held her face close to his own, looking into her eyes. In that moment, she knew the truth. She could see a piece of him. She could sense his power, his godlike power. He wasn't worried about the Sky Rebellion. Why would he have to worry? If he wished, he could slaughter every person in the city by himself. Ven knew it to be the truth. It might take him time, but he could kill forever tirelessly. Let me just tell you, I've been telling you guys this the entire time. The Lord Ruler, he has all this power, right? So it's not just easily like, oh, we're just gonna take everything away from him. His money will take people. Who cares? He can just kill everybody. Like, I don't know. So Elend isn't as dumb as I thought. Okay, he didn't turn himself into the Lord Ruler. He was turning himself into Doxson and them. I had to think. I wanted to say Kelsier, but Kelsier's not there anymore. But yeah, Doxson and Ham and Breeze, the whole crew. So he's turning himself into them. Okay. He's not as dumb as I thought. Okay. So Ven's brother, Rain, he told the Inquisitors that Ven had died years ago. She starved to death. Oh. And now Sazed is there. Please no. Please no. Please. So is Ven going to be able to attack the Lord Ruler's former version? Should I just keep reading? Of course I should keep reading. Seriously. Yeah, no. So dagger's not going to hurt the old version of him. So, okay. So she's slicing at an image of the Lord Ruler that she can see. Can the Lord Ruler see what she sees? And also, can the Inquisitor in their car see what she sees? Or are they just looking at her attacking air right now? Okay, something's happening. A second Inquisitor came in, and I'm wondering if this is the same Inquisitor that just stood there. Okay. He took out one of his metal spikes from his eyes. What is happening? Do you pull out their spikes and they die? Okay. Marsh is still alive. It's Marsh. I had a feeling. Did I say? I don't remember. I don't remember if I said anything earlier, but I wondered. I really wondered. So, good. So Marsh killed all the other Inquisitors. Glad I turned on the camera before I started reading this passage. So he's Rashek. The Lord Ruler is Rashek. Oh, okay. Once a hero rose to save the world, he failed. Yeah, because he was killed. Ah, okay. It's okay. And the end. Okay. Okay, so those are my live thoughts of Mistborn. If you notice, I didn't really have much to say towards the end. I'll kind of wrap up what happened here. So we learned that the Lord Ruler wasn't actually the hero, and that is why the logbook didn't have more to say. So the Lord Ruler was Rashek. He was the one who served the hero, and the hero would bring him up every once in a while, say how he looked at him like he hated him, and the hero was actually killed by him. At least Ven thinks so, and I think she's right. So at the end, when things were looking dire for Rashek, I'm going to call you that since I know that's your given name now and not the Lord Ruler. Your name is Rashek. I'm gonna call you Rashek. He said, you don't understand. You don't know what I do for mankind. I was your God. Even if you couldn't see it, by killing me, you have doomed yourselves. Ven kills him anyway. That is something we're going to have to think about though. We're going to have to put a pin in that because But don't worry, Ven wonders about that as well. Also with Ven, she starts to wonder about herself. She was able to do things like Rashik, and she was able to feel him when he was close. So we learned that Rashik was not just an Allomancer, but he was also a Feruchemist. And I'm wondering if Ven is one as well, which leads me to wonder other things. A, I wonder if that obligator was actually her father. B, what was her mother? And C, why was her mother actually trying to kill her? Also, just because Rashik is dead, it doesn't mean that everything's going to be easy peasy now. So Elin is the new king, but I don't think his father is just going to be okay with that. Besides the fact that he kind of was like, yay, you're going to die. So that'll be interesting. I still want to know what the deepness was, and I really hope I learn that soon. And it really feels like it's about to get really messy with the obligators, the inquisitors that were not in the palace outside of Marsh, the other noblemen, the Ska who aren't going to want to just go back to the way things were. I'm guessing the second book has quite a lot of politics going on with it, and I'm definitely here for it. And as long as Ven and Sazed are around, I'm good. So I now understand why Brandon Sanderson has so many fans. I really loved how he wrote his characters. I was able to feel for them when they felt things, as well as have a lot of emotional feelings when things happened. The magic system, as I mentioned, is so good. I get it now. I very much get it. And I think that it is explained so well. I definitely enjoyed my time reading this book. I will say it did drag a little bit in the middle, but I was still entertained. Also, the world building was great. I definitely felt like I was in the world while I was reading it, and getting towards the end, I really felt like I took this journey with these characters because there was a lot of really good character development in here. And I will definitely continue on reading this series, but those are my thoughts on Mistborn. I am very excited to continue my journey into this world. Let me know what you guys think of the book. I'm really excited to see where this goes. But thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will talk to you guys again soon.